Join me as I dive deep into the realities of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and try to understand what it's really doing to us. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a condition that affects millions of people worldwide. It's a mental health disorder that's triggered by a traumatic event, and it can have a profound impact on a person's life. Understanding PTSD is crucial, not just for those affected, but for society as a whole. It's essential that we acknowledge the struggles that individuals with PTSD face, and that we work together to provide support and empathy. Living with PTSD can be an incredibly isolating experience. Many people struggle to cope with the emotional aftermath of a traumatic event, and it can manifest in different ways. For example, some individuals may experience flashbacks or nightmares, while others may struggle with anxiety or depression. The physical symptoms can be just as debilitating, with many people experiencing chronic pain, fatigue, or sleep disturbances. On top of this, PTSD can also have a profound impact on a person's relationships and social life. Simple tasks like going to the grocery store or meeting with friends can become overwhelming challenges. One of the most difficult aspects of PTSD is the sense of vulnerability that it can create. Individuals may feel like they're constantly on edge, waiting for the other shoe to drop. This can lead to a sense of hypervigilance, where every sound or movement is perceived as a potential threat. For some people, this can even lead to avoidance behaviors, where they avoid certain situations or places that might trigger a flashback or panic attack. Despite the many challenges that come with PTSD, it's often misunderstood or stigmatized. Many people assume that PTSD is just a weakness, or that it's something that can be overcome with sheer willpower. But the truth is, PTSD is a complex condition that requires patience, understanding, and support. It's not something that can be simply gotten over, and it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, actually, that someone is willing to confront their trauma head-on and work towards healing. PTSD can manifest in different ways, depending on the individual and the traumatic event that triggered it. For some people, it might be a sudden, intense flashback that feels like they're reliving the trauma all over again. For others, it might be a slow-burning sense of anxiety or fear that pervades every aspect of their life. And for others still, it might be a deep-seated emotional numbness where they struggle to feel anything at all. Whatever the symptoms, however, the underlying theme is always the same: a sense of chaos and unpredictability that can be overwhelming and debilitating. One of the most powerful personal stories that illustrates the effects of PTSD is that of a woman named Sarah. Sarah was a combat nurse in the military, and she saw some truly horrific things during her time in service. When she returned home, she thought that she had left the trauma behind, but it soon became clear that she was struggling with PTSD. She would have flashbacks to the battlefield, and she would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat and feeling like she was back in the war zone. She struggled to connect with her family and friends, and she felt like she was losing herself in the process. But with the help of therapy and support groups, Sarah was able to begin the long journey of healing. Sarah's story is just one example of the many lives that PTSD has touched. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy and understanding, and of the need to provide support to those who are struggling. PTSD is not something that can be overcome alone. It requires a community of people who care and who are willing to listen. In conclusion, PTSD is a complex and multifaceted condition that affects millions of people worldwide. It's a condition that requires patience, understanding, and support, and it's not something that can be overcome through sheer willpower or determination. By understanding the challenges that individuals with PTSD face, we can work together to create a more supportive and empathetic community. If you're watching this video, I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love been affected by PTSD? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to check out another related video for more insights into this important topic.